Baylor softball did add somebody through the transfer portal. It is a signing, not just a commitment here. I apologize for looking at it because I cannot memorize all this stuff. It is Southeastern Louisiana right-handed pitcher Haley Crawford. She does bat right-handed, by the way. I will go over her background real fast. She's 6 feet tall. She's from Houston, Texas. She attended Cypress Woods High School, so she's coming back to her home state at the Power Conference level. Right out of high school, she went to the JUCO ranks at Temple College in Temple, Texas. That's not terribly far away from Waco here. She was a junior last year, so she would be a senior at Baylor next year. 1 year of eligibility, possibly 2, if she wants that and if she's even allowed. Because I know, like, 5 for 5 is a real thing. I just don't know if you start your career at the JUCO ranks, you would get the 5 for 5. Either way, at least 1 year of eligibility. It is a Southeastern Louisiana team, by the way, that made the NCAA tournament as a regional team. Despite not winning their conference tournament, they finished 46-16 overall. So it's not like they barely snuck in. RPI-wise, they were really good in the low 40s. They even beat Oregon this year, so they're a really solid ball club. Her ERA is the second best on the team. You know what's crazy is she didn't pitch a ton, 54 2/3 innings, 1.54 ERA, 4 wins, 2 losses in terms of record, 30 appearances, 9 of those were starts. So most of the time, she was a reliever. 0-5 in shutouts, and she did collect 2 saves. 36 hits allowed, 6 doubles, 1 home run, no triples, 18 runs allowed, but 12 of those were earned, 42 strikeouts, and 26 bases on balls. Granted, you want the bases on balls to be as low as you can. 193 batting average against. That's a good number. 2 wild pitches, 7 hit by pitch, 0 sacrifice flies allowed, 8 sacrifice hits allowed. I will say she was very stellar in terms of a pitcher at Temple College. She was a JUCO All-American, all-region and all-conference selection during her career at Temple. She established herself to be one of the best junior college pitchers in the entire country. I might as well just go over the hitting real fast. It's not really that extensive. 1 at bat, true freshman year, that was a strikeout. Her sophomore year, 1 at bat, she did get hit. So 1,000 batting average, 1,000 on base percentage, and 1,000 slugging percentage. Now, as a pitcher, her true freshman season, 2023-2024, 38 starts out of 44 appearances, 29-7 in terms of the win-loss record, 1 save, 20 complete games, 214 innings pitched, 2.09 ERA. She did allow 207 hits. At least 12 of those were home runs. I don't know about the doubles and the triples because the Temple College stats are not really showing that when I go to her bio. 93 runs, but 64 of those were earned. 135 strikeouts, 90 bases on balls, 4.42 strikeouts per 7 innings. The walks and hit the whip, which stands for walks plus hits per innings pitched was 1.39. Now, her true sophomore year, 33 starts out of 41 appearances. 25-9 in terms of the win-loss record. 16 complete games. 191 and one-third innings pitched. 2.05 ERA. The whip, 1.28. 157 hits allowed. 7 of those were home runs. 86 runs, but 56 were earned. 189 strikeouts. 87 bases on balls. 6.91 strikeouts per 7 innings. Very impressive numbers at the JUCO ranks. I am curious how she's going to translate from the mid-major level to the power conference level. It's not like I don't think Baylor softball needed another ace or anything, because I do believe they already have one in Peyton Tanner. They just needed more depth, and this definitely adds to quality. And this does bolster the pitching position to 6, including an incoming freshman. Which is Raylan Van Zee. So the good news is you don't have to rush Raylan Van Zee into the fire right away. And you have 5 years with the 5 for 5. Granted, it's good to give some experience. Don't get me wrong. But at least you can learn from other pitchers who have pitched at the D1 level and not have to be totally relied upon right away. And remember, Sadie Ross is potentially returning. Payne Tanner, Cambry Krager. Hopefully she is healthier now. And then add Raylan Van Zee. Then the first transportal commit and signee, Madison Buster. And now this one. Yeah, I think we're deep. The question becomes, who's the number 2? Because I think number 1 is Payne Tanner. So it's really a 4-way battle for number 2, and that's a good problem to have. I do think the roster is full. Unless I'm missing something, like a player entering the transfer portal or medically retiring from the game, I don't expect any more additions. I don't. In terms of the roster, and I know in terms of the staff, they do need to get a director of softball operations. But I'm sure they're doing a lot of they have done interviews. So I'm not really worried about that, and they probably are trying to narrow down the candidates and then find the right one. So that's really the only need on staff at this point. And if there was such a spot available in terms of the roster, maybe they'll go out if they have a spot, though. Is like an outfielder with power in terms of like home run hitting ability. That might be the only thing. And I know Avery Waddell is coming back from injury at catcher, so she does have some pop in the bat. And Gianna Gusman could very well be a catcher too. And Abby Flores, I think. It could be back for another year. I just know. Yeah, she was a junior last year, so yeah, that is confirmed that. she does have, like, we got other options. So if there was such a spot, maybe a catcher or an outfielder with pot power, but I don't think there's a spot opening on the roster anymore. So I think they're done. We're out the way to see who's the new director of softball operations and whether they're going to do this fall. And hopefully they could stay healthy, because if this pitching staff stays healthy, they're very deep quality wise. I mean, Raylan Van Zee is one, like a top 50 recruit nationally. So, and she was really good out of high school at Robertson, Texas. So I'm not too worried about the staff. Just got to keep them healthy. That's obvious. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys on later on the road to 800 subscribers. Goals ultimate goal. It's 1,000 more. So we this course like video. Comment really helps YouTube algorithm. So more people see it. Sharing the video does help as well. So more people can watch. And if you're watching, hit subscribe button, free notification bell as well. And I also you gotta keep in mind they do have a catcher / outfielder coming in, Brooke Wooten. So maybe she could be in the mix. So maybe that's why they didn't go after a position player, instead just bolster up that bullpen, because you can never have enough arms, and the deeper teams in the bullpen usually win games. That's why you don't overuse, and hopefully we don't have that situation of a pitcher is going to pitch like 250 pitches in a game like Cambridge Krager did against Houston. Hopefully we don't have to necessarily do that and wear her arm out too much to the point it had arm soreness. Hopefully that's not going to be the case. Hopefully not. And keep those pitchers healthy. I think we got good quality. And welcome to Baylor Nation, Haley Crawford.